Every single day is an opportunity not just to move closer to the person that you want to be, but to live that version of you out. Every single day we got a fresh start, and we got the opportunity to make the tiny decisions that give us momentum, that make us feel freaking empowered, and that make us feel like we're on the path to living out the life that God has called us to live. Every single day we got the opportunity to course correct the mind from wanting us to chase heroics. When the mind tries to tell us, oh, we gotta be all or nothing. We gotta go big or go home. No. Every single day, dog, we got the chance to make these little micro decisions. The decision to wake up at the first alarm, to not hit snooze. The decision to get up a couple hours before sunrise, when the whole world's asleep, and you got the chance to move forward towards your goals, to put yourself in motion, to make a little bit of progress, to live out that vision that you got for your life right now. Man, the finish lines are cool. The big accomplishments are cool. But what is so much more important is how we're feeling about ourselves every single day. And I want you to hear this as an encouragement that the bar is way lower than you expect. I don't have to be the guy that's swimming 20,000 yards a week or 6,000 yards in a workout. All I gotta do is be the guy that shows up to the master swim once or twice a week. The guy that sets himself up to stay consistent week over week over week. All I gotta do is have some floor goals in this season of the year, when it's dark and it's cold. Floor goals that will set me up to thrive in the springtime, in the summer, when the winter work is revealed. Man, every day we got this opportunity to chase this vision that we got, this vision that God has blessed us with for our lives. Now the question boils down to, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy that's sleeping in until his kid wakes up, that's starting his day under duress, immediately checking work email, immediately getting pulled around by all of life's problems? Do you want to be the guy playing defense? Or do you want to be the guy who chooses to lean in to discomfort, to smile when it's a little uncomfortable, to feel the power of moving forward towards your goals when no one else is making you? If you have been blessed to have a vision of greatness in your life, it is your obligation to go chase that fucking thing. Come on. And I'll tell you what, in my experience, what I have learned is that the big goals and the big accomplishments, they do mean something. They make a difference. But they are only brought to life by these tiny little moments. The tiny moment at 4:40 this morning when I woke up to pee and I thought, damn man, my alarm is set for 5:05. I could go back to bed and try to squeeze out 25 more minutes of sleep. Or I could just brush my teeth and get this fucking day started. We got Masters swim this morning. We're in motion. We're attacking this fucking thing. Good ride yesterday. Got a run coming up this afternoon. I don't know about you, but I feel like chasing that sense of having already won the day by 7 a.m. And so that is what we're doing right now. Random Wednesday. About to get to work. Let's go. I'll see you on the other side. That was good. That was good. That was nice and quality. 2,800 yards. Out of there by 7. I mean, come on. Just another brick stacked. Little hack here for my post-swim ritual. Still got plenty of cold brew here left in the thermos mug. Little treat after the swim. This is such a good time of the year to have some solid floor goals. I've already been telling you guys about my floor goal of 2 swims a week, 5,000 yards, 2,800 yards today. So now I'm playing with a lead. Now my swim on Friday just has to be 2,200 to hit 5,000. But if I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be a little bit more than that, which means I'm doing a little extra. I'm meeting the floor, going above it. Another good floor that I have observed as both an athlete and a coach is the 90-minute ride. This time of the year, we're almost into November here. This time of the year, it's very attractive for many people to turn the 90-minute ride, right? Maybe they were doing a 90-minute weekday ride in prep of a 70.3 or an Ironman or something like that. It's very attractive now that we're through the race season to go ahead and turn that into 60 minutes. And what I have observed is that shifts everything down. Now all of a sudden, not only is the 90-minute ride not happening, but now the 2 or 3 hour ride, well, that gets shifted down, and now that's the 90 minutes. So instead of like Tuesday ride is 90 minutes, Saturday ride is 2 to 3 hours. Now it's like Tuesday ride, if you let it slip to just be 60 minutes, well, now all of a sudden the weekend long ride feels long at 90 minutes. And that's not really that long. I made that mistake a couple years ago without really knowing it. And then I looked back at my swim volume through the winter and I was like, holy shit, I was only swimming like 2.5 hours cycling. I was only cycling like 2.5 hours a week. And these are just the things where it's like the goal setting process is a lot more about just deciding on a framework. The value of knowing what you're gonna do every week, and then the value of knowing what you're doing day by day. Like, if you are finding yourself struggling with momentum in training, I would ask you, do you have a plan? Is there any sense of a plan? Do you wake up and maybe it's not that you don't have the discipline, maybe it's not that you're lacking the consistency, maybe it's like a decision thing. Maybe you're waking up and you're just on a whim of like, what am I gonna do today? I don't really know. And then the workouts aren't happening because you haven't decided, rather than you not enjoying the movement or being down to swim, bike, or run. Like maybe it's a decision thing. This is back to some of the interaction with boldness. Boldness, a big mistake is thinking that boldness means that it needs to be a freaking 100-mile ultra marathon. Entering action with boldness, I got boldness in this floor swim goal. I'm bold on this bitch. 5,000 yards a week, 2 swims. There's boldness there. That's clear. That's decided. Rather than, oh, I'm just swimming. And then maybe I miss a swim. Maybe I'm traveling and things start falling apart. And so my challenge for you in this time of the year, because realistically, like, right, it's November, you probably don't have a race for at least a couple of months. But how can you make some decisions that allow you to stay consistent and not necessarily raise the bar? This would be the opposite. Lower the bar, raise the execution, hit the floor goals. Can you hit the floor goals? There were a couple of people in my master's lane today. There's always mindset lessons when you're with a group. The main set today was, we cycled through this set 3 times, and it was 2 by 100 pull paddles, pull buoy and paddles. Then it was 2 by 75 IM, so it was fly back breast. Then it was 2 by 50 drill swim, so 25 drill, 25 swim, then 2 by 25 fast. And we did all of that 3 times. And I'll tell you what, the IMs were tough. The IMs were tough. Especially my lane. My lane is such a good lesson on you cannot judge a body type when it comes to endurance. I was easily, if you're just looking at people, I would appear to be the most fit in the lane. But some of these people are just swimmers, man. They know how to move through the water. And so when we get into the IM, they're freaking, I was jumping to the back. Not the back. I was jumping from lead to third. I was like, I can't. I got people like fucking hitting my feet. I'm like, I cannot keep up with you guys. So somebody else go. So then in that, it's like you're freaking grinding your ass through butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke. In the lane, I'm like sensing, I'm like, this guy's better than me at fly. This girl is better than me at back. This girl's better than me at breast. And I'm just like doing my best to keep up with the whole thing. And we get through 2 cycles of that whole set. And there's some guy and he's just like, is anybody else dying on the IMs? Some other person's like, yeah. He's like, misery loves company. And in my head, I just didn't say anything. I'm like, why would you even say that? Why? Why? Like, I'm out here to work. I'm out here to get a good workout in. I'm out here to hustle and to improve. And I'm down to struggle on my way to doing that a little bit. And I'm out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm not expecting, what's your expectation? I'm not expecting that these IMs are super smooth. What I'm expecting is that I gotta grind and get through this thing. And so this is just a little observation. Like, don't be looking for people to give you a reason to complain. Why would I complain? I'm here. I'm getting this win in the morning at 6 a.m. I'm getting these yards in, dog. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for a workout. I'm here to feel accomplished. I'm here to play offense on the day. And I'm here for a challenge. Like, I don't even care what the workout is for these master swims. Sometimes I'll like modify a little bit if I'm thinking about like things that I can improve on personally. Like, there were a couple of those breaststroke 25s that I just did free. Because I'm like, as a triathlete, like, there's value in me doing free when I'm fatigued like that. And also, like, I kind of just need to get moving through the water here because I'm dragging ass and slowing people down behind me. But like, I'm not complaining about that. Let's go. We're locked in. So that's what we got. 1 in the morning. Got a run coming up later today. Question of the day is, what are your floor goals? What are you working towards? The floor goal value is that you might have a race that's in like May, and right now it's November. What is it? November, December, January, February, March, April, May. May is 7 months out. May might feel like a long ass time away to be dialed in your training, and it is, right? But can you have a floor goal? Can you have some floor goals for the next 3 months through November, December, January, where all of a sudden now that positions you 16 weeks out from your May race to be like, oh man, I totally elevated my floor. And now I'm totally in a position to like refocus and set some new goals in the build towards this race. So that is how I'd be thinking about things. On with the day. See you next time.